fat, sick and nearly dead by science.
Do you know that 1/3 of this population, adult population, are obese? 1 in every 10 are overweight. Fellow Toastmasters and friends, today we're going to speak about a complicated subject, or rather the one which we make it complicated ourselves. How many of you here have heard this title? Fat, sick and nearly dead. No worries, this is the name of the title of a documentary film produced and directed by an Australian called Joe Cross. Joe was obese, sick and he had lots of weight-related diseases. And he was taking lots of medicines including for cholesterol, diabetes, blood pressure and some other heart ailments. He decided to do something all by himself for his weight. So what he did, he from 98 kilos reduced to 71 kilos. As you could see his transformation. How did he do that? All he did was do something which is a 60-day juice fast. All he did was just drink juices for 60 days, right? And he vowed thereafter he never touched the medicine again. Of course, after consulting his doctor. Well, the best part about Joe is not only he did that for 60 days, but he also documented it, which was, of course, a source of his documentary. He inspired many people, and one of them is Phil. Phil is from Wisconsin, United States. He was a truck driver weighing about 140 kilos. Right? He was obese and he had heart ailments. And he had to take lots of medicines as well. Right? Then Phil did the same thing but with extra exercises and everything. He from 150 kilos dropped down to 90 kilos. 140 kilos dropped down to 90 kilos, which is a 50 kilo loss, right? This was Phil, I'm not sure the picture is clear, but this was Phil when he was 140 and this was Phil when he was 90. Well, later Phil went back to his old ways and regained his weight again in 5 months, right? Because he believes that he was losing willpower. Right. Now, this story is not just about Joe Cross and Phil, by the way. I mean, I would like to also share my own story. In 2011, when I saw the documentary, I really wanted to do something by myself, right? And a little bit of something on my own. Well, as the saying goes, the best idea is the wise man's idea and a little bit of your own. Well, that I made that up. Well, yeah. And I did the 60-day juice fast. I ate some raw veggies. I went jogging for 10 kilometers a day for 60 days. And I lost 12 kgs back in 2011. Yeah? Right. Just remember. Yeah. So this was before and this was after. Alright? And the reason for Joe and Phil could be diseases and everything, but for me it was a little bit serious. In 2011, I was 27 years old and then I was recently dumped by a girl because I was overweight. And all I wanted to prove her that I could be anything more than a couch parasite. I wanted to prove her with my sheer conviction and my persistence that I can do more than just eat, work, sleep and repeat. How many of you here pretty much feel the same thing? Maybe you don't have to acknowledge now. Oh yeah, I see Joseph and Jerry acknowledging, but maybe you don't acknowledge now, but I know deep down you feel that you pretty much do similar thing, which is monotonous. You eat, sleep, work and repeat. All we need at the moment is just a jump start to boost us, rejuvenate us and make us do that again, which is exercises, of course. Trust me, there is not a single way of losing weight. There are many ways, zillion of ways. All you have to do is search for it. Use until Google. Ask people, right? Maybe you can copy them or do something of your own. The best part now is there is never a wrong way to do a right thing unless you believe it. Either you can follow everything whatever you want unless you're so desperate to lose weight, or you can follow some things which only you like. Remember, only when you like doing it, only then you'll repeat it. Remember this, unless you love your exercises are not going to love you back. All you got to understand is, know what type of person are you. Are you an exercise person or a non-exercising person? If you're a non-exercising person, all you got to do is just watch what you eat. Right? Not just watching what you eat and eat whatever you want, but I mean to say that know what exactly you're eating. Right? Try this 4-step funda if you're a non-exercise person. Fast for 1 day a week, juice for 1 day a week, raw veggies for 1 day a week, and how many days do we have remaining for a week? 4. Rest of the 4 days, you can treat your taste buds. Right? And if you are an exercise person, use 1 hour a day doing all the exercises possible. Right? But by exercise, I don't mean just jogging and running, of course, that is different, but do some floor exercises. These are some sit-ups, planks, push-up and squat. These are just 4 what I have mentioned, but when I Googled, I saw more than 25 of floor exercises which you can do. But let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, this is not an class to let you know like what you have to do and what you don't have to do, just an awareness, right? Just letting you know, right? So the way of living healthy is not 1 day or 2 days, not 30 days or 60 days, right? It's a never-ending journey, right? You will have to start someday. Why don't you start today? Why don't you start now? But let me tell you, if you actually don't do that, you may be fat, you may get sick, and you may eventually die. Back to you, Toastmaster, today.